Hey guys, back with another 1+ year review. Today we are looking at the Rogue Ohio bar. This is their first version. I believe they've since made some upgrades to a handful of different pieces. I think they've changed the tensile strength and a couple other things. But this is Rogue's kind of flagship in-house model. And I want to show you what my key piece with doing this review is to show you how the bar has held up over the 3-year period that I've had it. I see a lot of people talking about the difference between raw steel and some of the coatings and what that looks like, and so I think here's a really real example of what that will look like over the years. So like I said, I've had this for 3 years. It's their typical, black coating on a bar. So I can show you. So when it came in, it was completely black. Now, after a couple of years and a lot of chalk, this is kind of sort of what it looks like. Probably the clearest example is that's kind of what it looked like when it got here. And that's what it's starting to look like in other spots. So the difference is this is probably what was facing the wall, and this is probably what has been on the outside. This also could be, I may have been really good at not putting always putting the same spot on my back as opposed to not. But you can see throughout, it's starting to fade. It would look a little bit different if I had freshly oiled this, but I wanted to give you guys a good look of what it looks like hanging up in my gym. A couple of things you'll note from quality. If you've ever owned a Rogue bar, you'll know and you'll agree with. The sleeves are magnificent. You can see, there's plenty of dings and stuff like that, scratches and whatnot from metal plates. But after 3 years, that thing still spins really well for what is a multi-purpose bar and not a top-of-the-line Olympic lifting bar. I haven't oiled it since probably winter time. It spins more than well enough for anything I would use it for. The knurling is great. The second you pick this up compared to a cheap, beater bar, cap bar, whatever, you instantly go, yeah, this is what a bar is supposed to feel like. Tacky is the best word I can typically use. It's not overly aggressive, so it's not going to tear the crap out of your hands. But it's perfect. It's exactly what you would want in a bar that could be used by men, women, etc., trained, untrained, you name it, without complaining. My Bunko bar is a little bit more aggressive. I like it, but I don't know that my wife would. Otherwise, I don't know what else could be said about Rogue bars at this point. Good quality, decent price. I think the Ohio bar is somewhere around the 300 mark at this point. I got a deal on mine at Black Friday, like I normally do. Spins well. It was my only bar for a long time, other than my beater bar, which I use for landmine work. Now this bar mostly gets used for the little bit of Olympic lifting I do, my deadlifts. So it's going to have a little bit more whip than the Bunko bar. Occasional other things here and there, but it still gets used on a regular basis. It's held up pretty well. If I had the option, bare steel's probably better, raw steel's probably better than a coating, but I have oiled this bar 3 times, maybe in 3 years, and it still looks like this. I've never seen even a hint of rust on it, whereas the one bare steel bar I have cleaned probably 15 times in the last year. So, and it still has some splotches on it. So take that for what it's worth.
would highly recommend you buy a Rogue bar. I think there's other valid competitors in the same market as them. I think American Barbell makes great bars. From what I've seen, they're in a similar price point. I've seen some decent stuff from Vulcan and whatever. I would have no reason to go anywhere other than Rogue, though. So, I love the bar. It's great. It will probably stay with me forever. Partially from a sentimental value, being my first, big boy bar, but also from simply a matter of it does what I need it to, which is be a great multi-purpose bar. If the version 2 with the updated steel and strength and everything is even better, that's just bonus points. So no complaints for me from this bar. Yeah, any questions, let me know.